we put on that ship nothing.
That was the soundbite of the week. But the story that has dominated the news is the devastation caused by the deadly cholera outbreak in the country. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton. The rising death toll and political play around a disease caused by lack of governance, corruption and crumbling infrastructure. The EFF disrupted a council meeting and threatened Tswane leaders with having to drink water from Hammanskraal if they didn't sort the dire situation out.
Drink that water and let's see if indeed the water of Hammanskraal is clean.
The municipality says it'll be investing 450 million rand over the next 3 years towards the refurbishment of the Rooiwal wastewater treatment plant.
Now, that is not enough to solve the problem. We've said over and over again, the resources of the city of Tshwane are simply too limited to do the upgrades there. We also have serious supply chain management issues with irregular tenders being approved by this city in the past that we've got to be honest about.
And remember, the disease can turn fatal in just hours. We've got more on how to keep safe, the symptoms to look out for and the precautions to take. They can be found on the Eyewitness News website. Nandipa Magudumana's abduction claims are playing out in the Bloemfontein High Court. Thabo Bester's partner in crime filed court papers at the court and claims that her arrest and deportation in Tanzania to be declared unlawful.
So exactly a week ago, lawyers for Dr. Nandipa Magudumana approached the High Court here in Bloemfontein with an urgent application to challenge the lawfulness of her arrest and detention. They claim that she was abducted in Tanzania and arrested by South African police who were clad in full uniform, something that they say they do not have the jurisdiction to effect. Now, as a result, they've brought this urgent application right here at the Bloemfontein High Court, but the matter couldn't proceed after we learned that lawyers for government, that is the NPA, as well as South African police, did not or were not ready with their own papers. They haven't filed their papers as yet, and as a result, it was proposed that the matter be postponed to allow for them to file their papers. It was also postponed in order to recognize the addition of the Home Affairs Minister, that's Aaron Motsoaledi, as the sixth respondent in this case, after Motsoaledi had demanded that he be added to this matter, saying his department was at the forefront of effecting that deportation of Magudumana and Thabo Bester from Tanzania.
Fans across the globe are mourning the death of Tina Turner, but her funeral will be a private affair, attended only by friends and family. After a long illness, she died at the age of 83 on Wednesday night in her home near Zurich in Switzerland. The singer rose from humble beginnings and overcame a notoriously abusive marriage to become one of the most popular female artists of all time. She earned 12 Grammy Awards and eventually sold more than 100 million copies worldwide, making her a star for a whole new generation and a global icon. The most wanted fugitive of the genocide in Rwanda will appear in court on Friday. Fulgens Kayeshema was arrested in Paarl in the Western Cape. Kayeshema was caught by South African authorities and the prosecutor's fugitive tracking team. This information had been provided by the Rwandan War Crimes Tribunal, charged with finding the remaining fugitives of the 1994 massacre. It's understood Kayeshema has been living in Paarl under a false name. Hutu soldiers killed more than 800,000 Tutsi Rwandans in 1994.
We put on that ship nothing.
That's the Defence Minister's summation of the ongoing saga around the Russian ship, Lady R, and its midnight docking in Simonstown. She was responding to opposition parties' calls to release the cargo manifest. They say if the country has nothing to hide, details of the cargo should be made public.
Something was loaded onto the Lady R. Was it ammunition? If not, release the vessel's cargo manifest to confirm this.
Sticking to a story, Thandi Modise is saying they loaded nothing on the vessel. Was this on the agenda, including our alienating relationship with Russia in Conakry, Guinea? Thabo Mbeki was there for his annual lecture on Africa Day, while the president led celebrations at the cradle of humankind.
The reason why we're here, former President Thabo Mbeki has taken his annual Africa Day lecture beyond South Africa's borders. This is the first time he does this. It's been around for 13 years. He's picked Guinea as his first stop outside of SA. The reason why? Because Guinea supported South Africa's efforts to find democracy, to liberate itself. We also managed to catch up with former President Thabo Mbeki, where we spoke about some of the issues that are plaguing the continent and in the geopolitical space. Of course, Russia, South Africa, and US tensions also were part of the conversation. Take a look. What did you make of Ambassador Brigitti's claims and South Africa's response to the claims?
I would have said, I'm sure the ambassador is wrong. First of all, the law, South African law, prohibits the export of weapons to countries in conflict. It's prohibited. If there's anybody who did that, they need to be arrested, charged, and sentenced, as the first point. Number two, South Africa does not produce weapons of the sophistication that the Russians have. The Russians can't come all the way to South Africa to buy a pistol. So I would have said, I don't believe that story, that there was an export of guns.
And that's it for me, Jane Dutton, and the Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.